Y'all stupid. Don't. Y'all bugging right now.
Shouldn't you also get rewarded? Well, now you can with Discover Cashback Debit. It's a checking account that rewards everyone with cashback on everyday purchases with no fees, period. Check out eligibility and terms at discover.com/cashback debit. Discover Bank, member FDIC. KBLA Talk 1580 and the Empowerment Congress, pursuing justice and participatory democracy. Listen to KBLA Talk 1580, Saturday morning, January 14th, from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for an exclusive forum featuring the candidates for LA County District Attorney. Join KBLA's Travis Smiley as he helps navigate what promises to be a forum full of fire when the candidates try to unseat current LA DA George Gascon come together on stage on the campus of the Charles R. Drew University of Medicine and Science. Again, it's the LA County District Attorney Forum, live, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580, Saturday morning, January 13th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Helping to raise your civic IQ. We're KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your flag.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
Every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Keisha?
I see your talents have gone beyond the mere physical level. Your skills are now at the point of spiritual insight. I have several questions. What is the highest technique you hope to achieve?
To have no technique.
Very good. What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent
And why is that?
because the word I does not exist.
So, continue.
A good fight should be like a small play, but played seriously. A good martial artist does not become tense, but ready. Not thinking, yet not dreaming. Ready for whatever may come. When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand. And when there is an opportunity, I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
Now, you must remember, the enemy has only images and illusions, behind which he hides his true motives. Destroy the image, and you will break the enemy. The it that you refer to is a powerful weapon, easily misused by the martial artist who deserts his vows. For centuries now, the code of the Shaolin Temple has been preserved.
Destroy the image, and you will destroy the man. Destroy the image, and you will destroy the enemy. What is the image within ourselves? Usually, it is an ego-based image. From ego comes pride. And at a lower level of consciousness, pride is good for you. Meaning, it is good to be proud of your children. It is good to be proud of yourself. It is good to be proud of your accomplishments. But pride connected to ego will also be connected to the fear of loss. And where there is fear and the fear of loss, pain will follow shortly. Tonight's topic, destroy the image, destroy the relationship. There will be people, this is our topic, there will be people who love the idea of you, but lack the spiritual maturity to handle the reality of you. You've heard us talk about it all year last year. Dealing and living with a human, living with the humanity of another. It doesn't matter who you're in relationship with. You're going to be called by the very nature of relationship to deal with their humanity. Do you love the idea of your partner, or do you love the reality of your partner? Tonight's topic, destroy the image, destroy the relationship. There will be people who love the idea of you but lack the maturity to handle the reality of you. The great Krishnamurti, you know I gotta mention him. 1-800-920-1580. Get to your phone lines. Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. The great Krishnamurti said the enemy is you. In the clip we played from Bruce Lee's great movie, right, Enter the Dragon, his sensei said to him, if you destroy the image, you destroy the enemy. Well, the enemy is you, as Krishnamurti said. The quote goes even longer. It says, the enemy is you, not the other. That's the same thing I say to you when I say the person that you attract into your life is the question for an answer you have carried in you since birth, right? In what ways can the reality of your partner differ from the idea you have of them? What factors contribute to the formation of an idea about yourself and your partner? How does the idea of your partner influence your expectations of them in relationships? And when the mirror fragile image of your partner is cracked, do you lose attraction for them? Are they no longer in alignment with you because you were dating a concept, an idea, a perspective? I mean, if you ever sat your tail in therapy, they will tell you part of the healing process is the ability to shift perspective. But many of us have a perspective that our partner has to show up perfect, meaning our partner can't hurt us, shouldn't hurt us. Our partner should be our last line and first line and third line and secondary line and primary line of defense. And when they fail at delivering the outcome associated with any of those expectations, the image is now damaged and the relationship is in peril. Tonight's topic: destroy the image, destroy the relationship. There are people who love the idea of you, but lack the spiritual maturity to handle the reality of you. Don't you want to be in a relationship with somebody that wants to be in a relationship with the whole you? All your quirks? Don't you want to be in a relationship that has an infinite storehouse of grace? Somebody say, wait a minute, if you say you should have an infinite storehouse of grace, you setting yourself up for your partner to hurt you over and over and over again, right? No, incorrect. The reason being is because all of us are works in progress from the day we're born until the day we die. Our job is to continuously evolve day by day, moment by moment. When do the lessons stop? They never do. They never stop. Well, I'm tired of the lessons. You know why? Because you're resistant to them. When was the last time you embraced the lesson that came into your spirit, that came into your space? Can you truly love someone if you only love the idea of them? Listen to what I'm saying tonight. Can you actually, in the moment, with clarity and purity, love someone if you only love their image? If you only love your idea of them? I'm going to tell you right now, you get in a relationship with me, chances are I'm going to let you down in some way, shape, or form. Not because I want to, not because I'm looking to hurt you, not because I want to disappoint you, but because I may not have the necessary tools in the moment that I am challenged to show up for you. Does that mean I don't care about you? Does that mean I don't love you? Does that mean I don't want to love you better? No. How can you differentiate between loving someone for who they truly are and loving the image you have created of them? Don't love your image of me, because that ain't me. If you in love with the image of me, get the hell away from me. Love me. Me, the one who strives every day. The one who looks in the mirror and says, better, man. Do better. Learn more. Be more patient with yourself and others. If you can't love him, you can't love any aspect of me. What role does spiritual maturity play in being able to handle the reality of your partner? Listen to me, man. I'm heartbroken today. I had to speak at a funeral of a friend of mine who literally made my life better. And watching his wife mourn him broke my heart, because I realized I ain't never been loved like that. It destroyed me. The poem she read, the passion in which she conveyed it. My brother, Jakeem Stewart, peace and blessings to your family. Peace and blessings to your beautiful wife, Tia. The love she poured out with grace and dignity. Listen, Jakeem was by no means a perfect man. I'm going to give you two examples. I'm in the cigar lounge. Jakeem is an Aries. He wants things done a certain kind of way. He wants things to be a certain level, right? And if he finds that it's not at a certain level, being an Aries, Jakeem could pop off. So he happened to pop off on another good friend of mine by the name of Dana. Pop off on Dana. Now him and Dana are arguing. He tells Dana, get out and don't come back. Now you got to understand something about a cigar lounge. It's a community. We like family. So you do know that I'm the resident voice of reason at the cigar lounge. So on 2 different occasions, both those brothers come to me to talk to me about the situation that they have with each other. Jakeem wasn't perfect. Eventually, Dana comes back. Right? That's one instance. Yes, Jakeem went too far. Went too far, kicked Dana. Went too far. But here's another example of the golden spirit the brother had. It was a homeless man that frequented the lounge. And he was homeless at the time. He was struggling. He was down on his luck. And at the cigar lounge, we have something called the chairman's lounge, where the high-end chairmen get away from the regular crowd, right? That man was down on his luck. And Jakeem did something. He said, I can't let this man become fully homeless. You can stay in the chairman's lounge after the cigar lounge closes. You just got to make sure it's clean in the morning. You got to help out around the cigar lounge. You got to clean up the lounge. You got to make sure, everything is in tip-top shape. Do you know that there were members of the lounge who frowned upon that and stopped coming because another black man looked out for a black man who was down on his luck? Anwar is dead now. He died last year. But Jakeem looked out for him. I'm giving you these examples of Jakeem to say, when I sat and watched his wife say, my hero is gone. Not just my husband, my hero is gone. To me, that was an example of a woman who loved the whole human being. And she said it out of her mouth on stage. She said, by no means was my husband perfect. By no means was our relationship perfect. We got to learn how to love a human again. We got to break up with the concept that we want to love. If they line up like this, if they assure me they won't do that, if they assure me I don't get to experience this again. When I come forward, the voice of reason will get deeper into this topic. We on fire tonight.
plus personal equipment, meal programs, and gym membership. And so much more. For more than 35 years, LA Care has provided major meals and access to
Y'all not
quality
gonna call?
at an affordable cost. For families and seniors, how convenient.
I would like for you guys to call. Y'all not gonna call? Do I have to beg and plead for y'all to call? Do I have to beg you guys to call? Do I have to reiterate it for 2 hours straight? Call, 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 call. Do I have to do that? Man, thank you, brother. I appreciate every little bit you guys can give. Haru Ali, thank you, brother. Ghetto Gourmet. All over again.
Know someone well enough so that you know if you can negotiate with them and so that you have started to formulate a vision of your joint future that you can both look forward to with enthusiasm and confidence. And of course that's going to depend to some degree on your level of maturity, but that means consider such things as do you have a sufficient number of joint interests and are you oriented in the same direction with regards to how you're going to handle your joint careers and possibly your children, the manner in which you look to interact with your in-laws, and you have to start considering your life together from the perspective of practicality and economics, I would say. So it can't just be that massive erotic attraction that's associated with love. Although I think that's extraordinarily important, and you're going to be fortunate if you have that, and you should do everything you can to maintain it. And that takes effort, that takes real effort and will. But you need to ally that with maturity and intelligence, and maturity and intelligence is, okay, we're going to put our lives together. What's that going to look like at the level of detail? How are we going to handle our finances? Where are we going to be? What are our joint plans going to be? Etc. If you want to set up a household with someone, then there's a lot of things that you need to get straight. And you need to do that by bringing your unconscious assumptions to bear on the situation and perhaps flash in a way that can match. Or you sit down like a conscious and aware and articulate couple and start to negotiate what the joint responsibilities are going to be so that you're getting it well. Who's responsible for the meals and when? What are you going to eat? Who's going to make groceries? Who's going to pick it up? Who's going to make most part of it? What household chores
What are some of the practices or rituals that can help you stay connected to the essence of yourself and your partner beyond the surface level image? How can you continuously evolve and grow together as a couple, embracing both the idea and the reality of each other? Can I tell you, everybody gonna let somebody down. Everybody gonna let each other down. Everybody gonna hurt each other. Everybody gonna disappoint each other. But it comes back to value. You don't value them? I'm not talking about a relationship with a sociopath or a psychopath. I'm not talking about a relationship with somebody that's seeking to abuse you financially, emotion. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a human being that is prone to hurt you. They love you, but they're gonna hurt you. How do you value them? How do you forgive them? How do you put your image of them aside and allow them to be human in your presence? How can you encourage and inspire each other to embrace authenticity and vulnerability at the same time in the relationship? How can you navigate the societal pressures and expectations that contribute to the formation of an idealized image of your partner? We know you got one of yourself. One of the coldest idealizations is, I'm good, I'm straight, I'm okay. No, you're not. And you haven't been. That's a whole mask. Whenever you're, I'm all right, I'm good, I know that's everybody. But you can't be that way in a relationship. Vulnerability asks you to reveal when you're not okay. It just tore me to pieces to see somebody love like that. And it made me look at myself and say, man, you've been living your whole life without that kind of love. When we come forward, callers from all over the nation. Not the red bottom. Boom. You know what it is.
Not the red bottom.
Feathers. Feathers. Y'all see the feather bow tie with the leather backing? Come on. Feathers? No, I was at a funeral today, so that's how that worked.
Keep it safe.
And guess who I got it from? A black owned business owned by a sister in Texas. She's got those feather combinations, bow ties.
Where did you do that?
Yeah. She had a teal one that I wanted that matches my turquoise suit. I just forgot to get it.
That's your
The,
voice.
oh man, but it's turquoise or teal or whatever, but it's got the teal feather with it. Oh man. I'm like, woo!
You dress like a Gemini.
I dress like a Gemini.
You
Y'all
do.
hear that?
You do. I love it.
Do I?
Yeah.
I dress. What does that mean? I don't even know what
The
that
Gemini
means.
dress.
You know, I pulled up. They was like, okay, Zoe. I said, I'm not going with all black.
Geminis don't play it safe either. Flamboyant. I love it. Like they're the ones that would put on like a Dior hat with a Dior jacket with a Dior sweatpants with Dior shoes and be like, oh, that's so pretty. I love
Don't do
that.
Zoe Williams. Oh, don't do that.
Okay, you have to do
Woo.
all that. Okay, I see you play. I see you. That's sharp.
Which one is it?
That's mine.
This is you?
Mhm.
Is this me?
Just had a fight with my mama over something trivial, don't we really have confrontation? And then I said it was wrong. I think she get it from my mama. Her bitterness passed down the bone. To the time when I'm calling out of trauma. She too offensive to listen my pulse. So, again, I got problems. You got the type of advice that I need. I couldn't get the wrong emergency read. Then I was hurting every time that I need. Between working or being so crazy, was the time zone different story going easy. No, so I figured I'd call it early. Turn my life down, mercy. I got praying to me. That's the show. That's the show. So just lay back in my hands. So everybody told me it's
The voice of reason, yeah.
when you are actually ready to know who someone is and to sort through that, I don't mean sort through if they bring you immense trauma and toxicity and all of that's not your job to sort through that. But I mean to you know that gradual illuminating of who we are that happens when you actually take time with someone to get to know them and they get to know you. And you know, sometimes there are things where you're like, don't love that. Don't love that. But you see that the raw materials that they have are actually very, very good. They're quite beautiful. Again, I'm not saying there's a giant red flag that gets thrown up, but you say, but they're really attractive and we have great chemistry. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you can see that someone's, who they are as a human being and the kind of teammate they would be is really solid. And then it's the business of knowing what you're willing to make peace with. And of course, we tend to forget this. Someone else is going to have to make peace with certain parts of us, right? We don't come perfect. A friend of mine in London went through the thing, where his mum, he kept leaving relationships over and over and over again, and his mum said to him, what's going on? He said, I feel like, there's always something better. There's always, there's more. I shouldn't have to settle. I could get everything in one person. And she said, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but you're not perfect. What you're asking for right now, you're not bringing.
Woo. Woo.
And so I think that when people fall in love too quickly, I often think they're not ready. And when people never fall in love, I often think they're not ready. Both can be true. Because if we never like anybody, it's almost, we're discounting people all the time on things that we perhaps shouldn't be discounting them on. Assuming we're in the dating game, if we're meeting one person a year, then everybody is a great sample group.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR is on complete fire tonight. KBLA Talk 1580. We live from Leimert Park. In today's society, the allure of an idealized image often overshadows the importance of embracing the reality of our significant others. The concept of destroy the image, destroy the relationship, highlights the significance of bridging the gap between the idea and reality of our partners. On tonight's topic, on tonight's show, we aim to explore strategies for cultivating genuine connections, navigating challenges, and fostering personal growth for both people in the relationship by addressing the questions Zoe Williams has posed. We can develop a deeper understanding of how to maintain attraction and intimacy when faced with the cracks in our partner's image. Here we go. We got callers from all over the country. We got Mountain View, Hawaii. We got Austin, Texas. We got Houston, Texas. We got Omaha, Nebraska. Who's been on the longest? Omaha, get in here.
What's up, my brother?
What's happening, bro? What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
First of all, my condolences to all what you're going through, man. I suggest that you take a vacation, bro. Go to Florida, get in the ocean for a week, man, because it's some heavy stuff that I lose those brothers of yours.
Man, hey, and it gets even worse, brother, because next week is Dr. Mark Goulston. I got to go to Dr. Mark Goulston's funeral.
You do, because what y'all did, man, I was shocked, man, because, I was by myself on Christmas, and you had him on your show, bro. And I was like, whoa, on Christmas? You didn't want to do a show?
Yeah.
And the way he talked to you, bro, and the way y'all changed things, man, did that brother know what was going on? Because he did some deep stuff, and he opened up his soul right there because you was there. And I was like, wow, that's deep. You know what I mean? And then the next week that happened, man, the universe, did y'all set that up? Did you know? Because the universe allowed you to have that brother on your show on Christmas, bro. I'm like, dang, man, I did that.
Oh, you talking about Dr. Alan Berger. He's still alive. That's my good friend as well. But that was a powerful show, and we needed to do that show for people that were struggling during the holiday season.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, but I just said that show was just so touchy, bro. But back to what you were saying, I'm done, man, because I came in, champion of the world, home of Crawford, so ready to knock somebody out. And that last guy you had on just killed my whole argument, bro. I can't say none of that. If you ain't ready, you ain't ready, man. And you know, man, like you said, man, you do all the certain things, check all the boxes. Not necessarily check all the boxes, but the universal boxes in your spirit, but yet and still you don't feel or I don't feel that I'm good enough or she's good enough to be in a relationship for the rest of our life with. I don't know how to get past that in my head that this is supposed to be forever when I don't feel like I'm a forever guy. You know what I'm talking about? I just don't feel that, but I feel like all that other stuff is cool, but I can't explain it, man.
Well,
I
brother,
just decided that.
let me just say this, man. I love you and I appreciate you for calling and sharing. Guess what you just did?
Oh, Omaha in the building.
Omaha, Nebraska, home of Bud Crawford. Y'all know what it is. If you want to get involved, all you got to do is call me 1-800-920-1580. Let's get Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Uncle Ray, what's up?
What's
How are
happening?
you?
I'm all right.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying I'm all right. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I feel you. No, I mean, okay.
Break up the phone call.
I'll make this as quick as possible. So destroying the image destroys your relationship with that person.
Come
so
on.
Why not let that reignite your relationship with yourself?
Go deeper. Go deeper.
Because as someone who has dealt with codependency and enmeshment, anytime I was in a relationship that was focused on the image, there was, I think, a part of me that was either numb or dead, to be completely honest. So if the relationship failed, that was my time, not if, when the relationship failed, that's my time to spark a new relationship with myself and figure out, you know, what was going on. And I think the reason why these things are so hard is because we're spiritual beings having a human experience, right, as they say. So if my relationship, or my ideal relationship, is in the spiritual realm, then the reality, you have to kind of try and figure out how to mesh that, how to put that together, right? And as far as being ready, I mean, you know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So if your lesson is there, or is there ever a such thing as being ready? Does that even exist? What is ready? Like, what is readiness?
What is ready?
I don't even know what that is. Like, if I'm being completely honest, what does it mean to even fully be ready? Because each person is coming with something for you to learn and glean and take something from the situation. So how can I be ready for something that I didn't study for? Like, I can't be ready for a test that I didn't have a test, you know, something to prep for. That doesn't even make sense.
Right. It's like that old saying, you want to make God laugh, show him your plans.
Come on now. Come on now. I say destroy the image. I'm all for destroying the image.
I love it.
And I say that as someone who, for me, like, having an image is easier. Because I'm a teacher. And teachers are nothing but actors.
Ooh, that's a whole nother topic. Don't make us get into that. Can we go there? What? Say it. Give me 30 seconds of some of that. Teachers are actors. Give me some of that, please.
Yeah, teachers are actors. You go up there, you perform your set. We're actors, we're salespeople. We sell ourselves to our students. You have to essentially prove it is your stage for showing that you know what you know and you are who you are, even if that's not true. So if I walk into the classroom, and I've been out of the classroom since 2020, but when I used to walk into the classroom having had the most horrible day ever, the show must go on. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The show got to go on. It doesn't stop just because I'm not feeling well. And so I think, in a sense, we take that same thing with our relationships. At least, again, within that first 3-month period, you're still performing. And at some point, you get tired.
Heavy stuff. Attila, you done put a lot on our brain. So you know what I'm about to ask you, right?
Nope.
What did you just do, Attila?
Are you the building.
Houston, Texas in the building. You know I'm waiting for Los Angeles. LA, you are the golden city. Come on, LA, city of angels. Show up big time. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going to the rest of the nation.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
There are many things to love in the world.
Yo, we still got lines. And can I get you guys to support the channel? If you guys think that this is an impactful topic, if you guys think that this is a topic that resonates on any level, if you feel like you can walk away from this topic with a deeper understanding of relationships, with a deeper or broadened perspective, please don't hesitate to hit that little $sign down at the bottom of the chat. That is our super chat. And we're not asking for you guys to break the bank for the price of some tea. What is this, like $5 at Starbucks or something? Y'all can hit that super chat. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all can hit that super chat and show your love. You feel me? Hit that super chat and support the channel. Show your love. I need the support. I mean, I can't have y'all against me and YouTube against me too. One of y'all gotta be for me. Either it's gonna be YouTube or it's gonna be y'all. And I prefer it be y'all. Alright? So don't be bashful. If you got it, to spare. And that's only if you got it to spare. Hit that super chat down at the bottom of the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Latoya Young, first to do it, $2. We appreciate every little bit. It says, let's all celebrate. This is Latoya Young's 5th super chat on live stream. So I'm now starting to see that YouTube acknowledges how many times you guys have super chatted. So if you super chat and that pops up, I'm gonna let you know how many times you've done it, and I'm gonna thank you that many times. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Latoya Young. We appreciate it. 5 thank yous for your 5th super chat. We appreciate it. So please hit that super chat, show your love. I know John Gilbreth and Truemonger and Atala and Heru Ali. I know they numbers is crazy because and many others. Please forgive me if I don't say your name. It's not that I'm hating or nothing like that. Suge Mac 510, all of y'all, you guys are in here every day. Yogi Fish and Sugar Crisp and all these different people that come in and participate in the show. So if I don't say your name, don't think I'm hating. But if you hit that super chat and your numbers the amount of super chats pop up, I'm gonna say it, okay? Hey, 1988 is the year. Boy, Karen White was on fire, produced by, of course, LaFace, Babyface. Woo, Karen White, slow down. Go back to that 88 album. She was the girl back then. My playlist is my co-host. Tonight's topic, destroy the image, destroy the relationship. We're on absolute fire tonight. We got callers from all over the country, and we're talking about how many of us are in love with the idea of our partner, but not the reality of them. We have to learn how to bridge the gap. To bridge the gap between the idea and reality of our partner, communication is key. Open and honest dialogue allows for expressions, for the expression of our true selves. By actively listening and sharing vulnerabilities, we create an environment that encourages authenticity and fosters emotional connection. Then you have to learn how to communicate authenticity. To communicate our true selves to our partners, we must first embrace our own authenticity. This involves self-reflection, understanding our values, desires, and most importantly, fears. By sharing these aspects of ourselves, we invite our partner to do the same, fostering a deeper connection built on trust and understanding. Then we have to deal with the challenges that comes with, our image being fractured or cracked. And usually that happens when our humanity shows up. We lie, we cheat, we yell, we get angry, we disrespect in the heat of the moment. The image begins to crack under those types of pressures. So when the social and professional image of our partner starts to crack, it can pose challenges within a relationship. External pressures such as societal expectations or judgment may influence our partner's perception of us as well as our perception of ourselves. It is crucial to recognize that the image is not the entirety of who they are and to separate it from their essence. We got callers on the line and I believe they want to share. Who's been on the longest? Reggie, Austin, Texas, get in here.
What's up, man? Man, I wish I had heard what you just said before I called. What I was calling about is you have an image of a person because of what you experience with them, because of the way you've seen them act in certain situations and over a period of time, and you've seen them do some really great things. And if they ever come with things that aren't as great or things that are really mundane, you're like, okay, what's going on with this person?
Mm-hmm.
And you just want them to be the best version of themselves. So how do you communicate that without being demeaning and without, withholding grace from them? Definitely you have grace. You're not going to walk away, but you're like, okay, I know you can do better than this. Like, what's going on? You see what I'm saying?
But I hear how you frame that, and that's cool. And this is something I struggle with, man, because when I feel like people don't respect the peace process, the peace process, when we decide to sit down and really work on something and try to heal a situation, if people are resistant, they stay in the past, they stay rooted in their belief systems of the past, to me, that's you not trying to heal. So when that happens, you're right. That's when the tone starts to raise. We get angry. We start, the way we talk gets more crisp and sharp, right? Because now we're starting to lose patience with the person. And I was going to say, and that's why I said this is a struggle for me. I have to learn how to speak with grace in my mouth. Do you understand?
Yeah.
A sister. Now, let me tell you something, man. A sister who is a spiritual worker, African spiritualist that I talk to on a regular. You know what she told me one day? She said, I want you to go to Popeye's Chicken. I said, why Popeye's Chicken in particular? Why Popeye's Chicken? She said, because they got them honey packets. She said, I need you to go to Popeye's Chicken and get a handful of honey packets and put them in all your pockets. I said, what? She said, yeah, because whenever you get ready to talk to somebody, I want you to take out one of them packets and put some honey in your mouth. because you got to learn how to sweeten your words. That's an African belief system. Oshun, the mother of sweetness. You got to keep Oshun in your mouth. You need some honey packets. I said, what in the world? So I understand what you're saying. Listen, stay with me, Reggie, because I know you got more. When we come forward, more from Austin, Texas. Oh, baby. To give you my all. Boy, Karen was silly. Yo, there's another Karen White song that was. Hey, Andy. Can you pull up? There's a Karen White duet with Babyface called Love Saw It. Woo! We gotta come back with that.
You ready?
Yeah.
Quick question though.
Yeah.
I feel like there's challenges in being vulnerable, not having the mask when dating though. Because I feel like if I'm too vulnerable off the rip, that could push them away. Even though ideally that's probably the best way to go, because you get the real off the rip.
You gotta say this on there. No. No. Hell nah. Yo, y'all, we have $57. $57.93 to be exact. Can we make it to $100 tonight? We had $60 yesterday. We had $35 the day before. Can we finally get over the hump and make it to $100 tonight? I'm asking you guys to support the channel. All you have to do is go down to that little dollar sign. If it's 45 people in here, for all the people who haven't done it, if everybody who hasn't done it dropped $3, it would change the game. Can we do that?
In trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
I'm about to do every stuff. The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like the kisses. There's something wrong with them.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. Hit you with a bad touch routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man moves on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
So William,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
A key reason why relationships are valuable is that they help us to know ourselves better. Being part of a couple can help us to understand who we are. Our partners may see what we no longer can, both what's adorable and what's more perplexing and difficult. They might, for example, remind us that we've told that anecdote 3 times before, or that purple doesn't suit us. They can tell us that we've overreacted to a problem at work, or that we've placed our trust in an envious friend. Their responses to us give us a chance to grow slightly less obtuse, haughty, and peculiar. But despite the potential of love to function as a route to self-knowledge, in practice, we often walk away from relationships with most of our delusions intact. Some of our problem comes down to pride. We can't find it in our hearts to forgive our lovers for catching sight of material that doesn't accord with with what we want to be true of ourselves.
Mm.
We come to love hoping to be admired. They spot that we aren't always very funny, that our novel is patchy, that we're prone to self-pity, that we lose our tempers too fast. Far from using these bits of difficult news as goads for self-improvement, we tend to find it much easier to get insulted, to say that a partner is being mean or inconsiderate, and to block our ears. We fall back on a noxious but highly popular idea about love, that in a good relationship, no one should be trying to change anyone, presumably because we're perfect enough already. We're not only bad at receiving feedback, we're also very poor at giving it. We give up after only a few minutes of measured conversation, call them a shithead, slam the door, and shout that they're as bad as their mother or father. In order to capitalize on the potential of relationships, we should be stricter on certain basic rules for love. Firstly, we should start by insisting, contrary to the romantic script, that true love is entirely compatible with attempts to teach people who they are and how they might improve. The only people whom we don't know.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, top of the second hour. You already know I'm cooking with the rarest grease. Tonight's topic: destroy the image, destroy the relationship. There will be people who love the idea of you, but lack the maturity, the spiritual maturity, to handle the reality of you. If you haven't learned to handle the reality of you, it's going to be very difficult for somebody else to. When you start loving the reality of you, you're going to find somebody's going to come into your life. You're going to be magnetized into your life. And they'll love the humanity of you. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's why I'm not loved the way I want to be loved. Maybe my problem is I haven't totally loved all my nooks and crannies and all my dark hallways and all my, dark side. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why people give up and quit. Man, I'm good for attracting an intimate quitter. Soon as they see the human Zoe, not radio Zoe, not author Zoe, not good dad Zoe, not really smart Zoe, not Zoe can answer questions on religion and science and spirituality. When they get to know human Zoe, they're like, how dare you still have this in your spirit? What? Wow. Heavy stuff. Let's get Reggie back in here for his final thought.
Man, I think the greatest part is you showing grace to yourself. And the grace that you show to yourself kind of overflows to everybody else. Mm-hmm. So while you're trying to find better ways to show grace to your partner, find ways to show grace to yourself. Mm-hmm. Give yourself some honey,
a honey packet.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Yep, and it flows to everybody else, man.
Right.
It's not easy, but it's possible, and I like the possibility. All right, man.
Man, I love you, brother. Guess what you just did?
Love you too, bro.
Austin, Texas is in the building. Where's Los Angeles? 1-800-920-1580. Let's get our brother John from Mountain View, Hawaii. John, get in here.
I'm in the house. I'm in the house, brother. Greetings and blessings to the chat. Greetings and blessings to everybody who's in here listening to this radio station. The condolences to the family that has lost one of their loved ones, their hero, the head of their household, and also to you, Zoe. Not only do you look good, but let's cut the chatter and realize that we are still dealing with real things.
Right.
Especially this topic. As Optima said, teachers are actors. Could you also put leaders in that role of a teacher? In the actions that leaders have to go through, if we put on a performance, most of us as men, we go through these situations just the same way. And in this society that is telling us in a very pushmatic or just dogmatic way, be concerned about self, work on self, prepare self, get better at self. Did we also include in bettering ourselves the portion where we're supposed to die daily?
Die daily. I said it at the funeral today. I said, everybody here is upset that our brother has passed away. I said, but do you know how much time we waste because we refuse to die daily? I said, you got to die to some negative aspect of yourself every day, or you're not truly living. But many of us wait until the final death to try to say, oh, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I did that. I said, some aspect of yourself has to die every day. Talk to me, brother.
Well, I really don't have the time to talk to you, bro. And I wish I did. Maybe I should reward myself with offering you this money so I can sit down and have a session. But we'll talk about that. Nonetheless, I will say, to help out anybody who's trying to get an understanding of all of the stuff that we're going through in this life, find your balance.
Find your balance. I like that.
Your balance, not my balance, not the teacher's balance, not the other leader's balance, not any of these other things. You know what you can tolerate. You know what you can go through. And I can't tell you what that is. So again, with grace, find your balance.
I appreciate that, brother. I do. Guess what you just did?
Brought Mountain View, Hawaii in the house.
Mountain View, Hawaii. Oh, man, he was saying something. That's all right. Andy, quick on the trigger, man. Mountain View, Hawaii is in the building. I love you, John Gilbreth. He calls in all the time. Very powerful brother. We appreciate his insight. We appreciate the information that he shares with us. But guess what? Sometimes our ego prevents us from letting go of our image. Sometimes our ego prevents us from recognizing that the ego itself fuels our inner enemy, right? The ego is busy maintaining an image that we're okay, that everything is okay, that we're good people, that we all right, ain't nothing wrong. Haven't you had conversations with folks and they say, ain't nothing wrong with me? Hold on. You talking to me? Ain't nothing wrong with me. You the one with the problem. Have you had conversations with folks that will aggrandize your cracks in your image and ignore the cracks in their own? Didn't Jesus say something about it? What did Jesus say? He said, hey, before you talk to your neighbor about the splinter in their eye or his eye, you need to address the plank in yours. Now look at the size difference. You got a plank in your eye. This man got a splinter. How did you see around the plank? You should be damn near blind. You got a whole plank. Krishnamurti says it differently. Look at what he says about the ego. Isn't the origin of conflict ego? If there is no ego, there is no becoming. It is the ego that says, I'm supposed to have this. I deserve better. I'm supposed to be this. You didn't show up the way I needed you to show up. And when you did show up the way I needed you to, it was too late. So guess what? You showing up the right way too late, listen to me now, is not enough. Ooh. The ego is the enemy. The ego is rooted in the image that you project onto others. I want you to hear what Krishnamurti said again. Isn't the origin of conflict ego? If there is no ego, there is no becoming. Right? There's no striving. Isn't our relationships about aspiration? Most of them is about aspiration. We done turned spirituality into an aspiration. Spirituality is about being, not doing, not accumulating, right? Man, I can't wait. Just like Kanye, wait till I get my money right. Many of us are like, wait till I get my spirit right. That ain't the same kind of process. And sometimes that's a lifelong process. Do you understand? Listen to what Krishnamurti is saying here. If it is not put together by thought, the me, the ego, the self, then it is something sacred, inviolable, unalterable, something that is beyond time. Do you want unconditional love? Unconditional love is inviolable. It's unalterable. It is something that is beyond time. Your ego puts you into time and makes you think that somebody is wasting it when they don't give you what you want, when they don't show up when and where you want. God manifests himself through relationships, through the partners. This is why folks in the East will say namaste when they meet you. You'll say it at the damn yoga lounge, but not getting no elevation from the yoga. You just sweating and stretching. You can do that in sex. But the people in the East say namaste. What does that mean? The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. So understand what Krishnamurti is saying here. If it is put together by thought, the me, the ego, the self, then it is something sacred, inviolable, unalterable, something that is beyond time. We make the ego God. We turn the ego into God. Do you understand? Unconditional love is actually unalterable, something that is beyond time. This is how you can live with a human being when you have authentic, unconditional love, because that is an infinite reservoir you get to keep going back to cleanse, heal, renew, refresh, reconcile, rebirth your relationship. But many of y'all in this society don't believe in that. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. When I come forward, Lord, I'm on fire tonight. Get to your phone lines. I want to talk to the nation. This is a national discussion. 1-800-920-1580. Let's do it. Hey, Andy can't see John. He can't see. Hey, tapped in. You got to call in. I need you tonight. Where my people at? I need my people to call in tonight. Come on, Andy. Hey, Andy. When we come back, I want you to bring up that point you was making.
Okay.
Please.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, Andy. They want you to. I was telling them you can't see their comments. They be like, damn it, Andy, where are the organs?
On organs?
They said, when Zoe start cooking, where the damn organs at? There you go, John. I'm sorry we cut you off too soon, man, because you were saying something. I apologize. It's just that when Andy hears me say, you brought your city in the building, he'll drop the call. Where is my girl tapped in? Mississippi, we need to sip up in here. Who else is calling tonight? The first hour we got full lines. Can we get some callers? Yes. I need 2 callers. I need 3 callers. I need 4 callers. Can we get some callers tonight? And by the way, we're at $62. I appreciate it. Somebody said God is trying to tell you something. I love it. Are you guys enjoying the show tonight? I put up an emoji if you're enjoying the show tonight. Whatever emoji you'd like to put up to express how you feel about tonight's show, put it up for me, okay? Put up an emoji if you're enjoying the show, if you're getting something from the show. No. Hold on. That ain't the original version. We got to get the original. Hold on. It's such a great record. I don't want my people, I don't want the fans to not have the full experience of this record. Please give me the original. There it is right there. Let this sit in your spirit. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That thing is fire. Karen White and Babyface. Man, y'all better understand something. That 1988 Karen White album was crazy. My playlist is my co-host. I just had to put a little paint where it ain't. Wow. Great record, man. Tonight's topic is a heavy one as well. Destroy the image, destroy the relationship. Right? And the subtitle of this topic is, there will be people who love the idea of you, but lack the maturity to handle the reality of you. Right? What is the role of empathy in supporting your partner's humanity? Empathy plays a vital role in maintaining attraction when the image of your partner is no longer perfect. By putting ourselves in their shoes. Sometimes people so focused on how you made them feel, how you hurt them. Don't you know being able to take yourself out of the grasp and the grip of pain is a great way for it to go away? Sometimes people just want to sit in their pain, and that's their choice. And they have the right to do it, and it's okay for them to feel it all the way through. But wouldn't it be good sometime to step outside your pain? Wouldn't that be a way to subdue your pain? Your ability to step outside of it and give empathy to another. I know people don't think like this when it comes to relationship, but this is a possibility. By putting ourselves in their shoes and understanding their perspective, I'm talking about the person who hurt you. Like Prince said, would you run to me if somebody hurt you, even if the somebody was me? We can cultivate compassion and strengthen our bond. Empathy allows us to see beyond the cracks in their image and appreciate their journey of growth as well as our own. We have to start seeing cracks in each other's image as opportunities for internal growth, for the cultivation of spiritual maturation. The cracks in the image of our partner can lead to personal growth and a stronger relationship if we see it as an opportunity for us to expand beyond the image. These moments of vulnerability provide an opportunity for introspection, which leads to self-improvement if you're about that work. By embracing challenges together, we can foster resilience and a deeper connection. Andy, you had a point. Bring your point in, because one of my favorite callers is on the line. Lord have mercy. We're going to go to church in a minute.
I think being vulnerable off the rip can actually push that person away. And I think that's one of the reasons a lot of the times where we wear that mask, our representative is being shown. You kind of touched on it in the first hour. It's like, if I ask you how you're doing, you're going to say, I'm okay. When deep down inside, you're probably like really, 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 truly in pain. But I can understand you might not wanting to be as real, because do I really want to hear your mess?
Wait a minute, well, hold on. You know what you're saying, right?
Speak on it.
You're basically saying we're liars.
100%.
That's all. We're liars. Because how you live in a society that says keep it real, keep it 100. Keep it 100. Keep it real. Ain't nobody real. Because vulnerability is real. You think one pain is better than the other. And I can give you an alternative perspective to show you that it ain't. Right? Let me give you an example. I want to go to a new relationship because the last relationship caused me pain. But the new relationship is going to cause you to be vulnerable. Vulnerable means pain. So now you're running from one pain to another pain. Then you say, you know what? I just want the sweet pain of sex. And you know what? I've been with this person long enough that we could take off the condom. Well, 1 in 4 people have herpes. You gonna listen, all I'm saying is life gonna give you what you running from. Stop running. Life is always going to give you what you're running from. What we resist persists. We think the image is a safe haven, but the image makes us inauthentic. And it makes a shallow grave for a relationship that has a death date now. I know y'all didn't want to hear it put that way. I'm sorry, but thank you, Andy. I appreciate the insight. Nikki, get in here.
Brother go in the fam. Man, this is really thought-provoking.
Well, you know how I do when I get riled up. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm still kind of in last night with the passing of the doc. Because, speaking to the issues you brought up, something I really think that we might sit with for a minute about last night and him passing. I'm dying to tell you this. I don't want us to miss something I sort of breezed over last night in saying that we're all doing what he was saying. The
level that he took us to speaks to what you're talking about.
Wait.
We understand.
Wait. Hold on one second, Nikki. You cooking and we right up against the 30-minute mark. Just stay with me. Don't leave because you're really about to pull this thing down. And I want you to have as much time as you need. When we come forward, we going back to Mississippi. Nikki is going to kill it for us. Love so that's changing my heart. You brought me so much joy. Love so. In the ball. Hey, that was fire, Andy.
I'm Amber Payton here for latest on the Black Information Network. It appears fewer migrants from Texas and Louisiana are being dropped off at New Jersey Transit train stations for a train ticket into New York. New Jersey
Tony the Godfather, what up?
That in the last couple of days, the frequency of bus drop-offs has decreased dramatically.
What's up? What up? What up?
Murphy demanded the charter bus companies carrying migrants from the southern border give at least 32 hours notice. Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
I need y'all interaction. I need y'all to talk to me. I need you guys to ask me questions. I need you guys to call in. I need you guys to share your opinion and perspective about what I'm saying. S-Curl slow jams on the VOR. Hilarious. God Melanin, you should call in. Everybody has an invitation to call in. Do you think that we don't learn to stoop using ego to get our needs met from empathy? Ooh. I feel like we get stuck there and expect only more and more instead of being aware of the, I don't know what that last word is, but damn, that was heavy. Damn, this show flew. What are you over there doing? You talking to somebody else?
No,
What's his name?
I'm not talking to nobody.
I'm not talking to nobody. What you over there doing? I'm just, they said Arabia quiet. Exactly. She over there quiet as a church mouse. I'm like, something happening.
Hello.
I'm gonna repost my question. Is our focus on pain worse than the actual impact? Ooh, wait a minute. Let that scroll up a little bit. Worse on the actual impact we received. In a lot of cases, yes.
We just talked about that.
It is the rumination on pain that keeps pain alive.
We talked about that.
Wow. Huh?
We just talked about that.
Staying in that space.
Ain't nothing to be scared about, baby. It's gonna all work out. Even if it don't work out, it still work out.
Hella. I think that's a topic. This. Thanks, Shug. Let me tell you now. That boy Mike was funky. He had the soul.
Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tick. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, acquiring no trust for the games and affairs that be tearing us up. If things are picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need help to serve.
Clip right after.
Trauma is so ubiquitous that if you think you've never seen it, you have not looked. We meet people who fly off the handle. We meet people who shut down. We meet people who are very difficult. No, it is a rare family. It doesn't have a drug addict, alcoholic, disturbed person. You know, one thing I like to say when I give a lecture, are there any normal people who come from normal families in the audience? And sometimes one or two people raise their hands, say, can I please come to your family for Thanksgiving? Because I've never been to a normal family. My name is Bessel van der Kolk. I'm a psychiatrist, neuroscientist. I have been studying trauma for about 50 years now. I've treated a whole variety of different traumatized populations, see trauma in many different countries around the world, and I'm the author of the book, The Body Keeps the Score. It's important for people to realize that not every mental health professional knows what we're talking about here. The mainstream system of psychiatry, psychology is that there is something wrong with you and I need to fix you. That's a very different attitude than dealing with trauma. Around that time that I first started to work for the VA, a group of us started to define what trauma is and started to define what happens to people. 1978 was the year, and the Vietnam War was over by about 6 or 7 years. The very first day that I met Vietnam veterans, I was just blown away. They kept referring back to their dead comrades. Their hearts seemed to be with the people who are no longer around. They had a hard time loving their wives and girlfriends. They had a hard time being in any way meaningfully involved in the present. These were guys who were my age, who were smart and competent, but they clearly were just a shadow of their former self. And what was also really striking is they were sort of passive much of the time, and then people told them something that was disappointing, and they went from 0 to 10 and blew up and became extremely angry. Something seemed to have happened to them that made it very hard for them to modulate their responses to the environment. My colleagues and I started to think about how is what these guys suffer from different from what other people who are in psychiatry textbooks suffer from. So I dug up a book that was written in 1941 by Abram Gardner, who had been working with third war soldiers. He read, these guys suffer from the physiomyrosis. Their bodies continue to re-experience that very terrible, frightening situation. And
do you hear what he's saying? Your trauma makes you human. Listen, he says the body remembers. He's giving the example of Vietnam vets. But what about my case? A foster kid. Right? 10 months old, taken from my 27-year-old mother. Child number 6. She goes and has a nervous breakdown. None of her family comes and takes her kids, so some of her kids got to go to jail. The 2 youngest, we go to foster care. Right? We acclimate to the Bynums. We think the Bynums are our family, our mother and father. 5, 6 years later, Jesus, y'all not our real parents? No, I saw your real mama in the streets, and God told me to give y'all back to her. So now we move out of the suburbs, getting haircuts and Baskin Robbins after church every Sunday, and picking Christmas gifts that we want. We now go back to the projects? Rats, roaches in the house. And when I say rats, I mean my sister used to make me carry her on her back down these metal stairs. I would carry her on my back down the metal stairs because she was afraid of the rats, but so was I. I turn on the light in the kitchen. You know it's 10,000 roaches scattering. But then also, there's 3,000 rats all over the stove, scattering. So imagine somebody who got to be in a relationship with me, having a mama who didn't have the capacity to fully love me because she was never right after being given those psychotropic drugs. Me as a 5-year-old having to call her by her name, Rosetta. Lady, we hungry. No, son, I'm your mother. Mary is my mother. So imagine somebody not knowing, right, how to relate to the humanity in me. And then having all these expectations that I should show up in a certain kind of way. Back to Krishnamurti. I don't mind what happens. That is the essence of inner freedom. It is a timeless spiritual truth. Release attachments to outcome deep inside yourself, and you'll feel good no matter what happens. We have attachments to what our wounds desire, not to what we desire, to what our wounds desire. I'm sorry, Nikki from the SIP, please forgive me. I went on a tangent. I love you. Get back in here.
All of that was good.
Yeah. Nikki said all that was good.
All of that was good. But it does feel to where I was going. First, let me say, now love is. I think one of the reasons we struggle so, this period, is because it takes a long time to learn, not in our head, but in our heart, that now love is. Love doesn't require, it just is.
Mm-hmm.
That's a difficult lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And without that lesson, then when we have these traumas, emotional responses to terrible things,
Mm-hmm.
it makes it even more difficult for our physical self, because you said the body remembers.
Mm-hmm.
We had talked before about always bracing for impact, which I think very often comes because we're traumatized early. But one of the things that was so profound about last night and the doc in general,
Mm-hmm.
he represents now love is to me,
Mm-hmm.
particularly because he was dying to tell us.
Mm.
And because he was sharing with us that level he was taking us to that we may not have realized it at the time because of the place and the process of dying he was in.
Mm.
Even the tenor of his voice in what he was dying to tell us about.
Mm-hmm.
To be at a place where you could share that much truth, that's part of what that love thing is supposed to rejoice in. We are supposed to, as loving, being people, rejoice when we hear truth.
Mm-hmm.
It also explains to me why he was very prolific in writing and helping, because there was so much truth coming from it,
Mm-hmm.
from a love place.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that was not his intention, maybe, all the time.
Hmm.
It says a lot, even with what you were sharing with us. That's a level of elevation to be able to share a truth, even in our intimate relationships, because sometimes what we are looking at, beyond the aesthetically pleasing part,
Mm-hmm.
is really the truth of the person coming out, not the mask. Sometimes a bit of the ego, because the ego is the sense of self.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if that sense of self has morphed into a not cool place because of traumas, when we see that, if we haven't gotten to the now love is place, when we are approached in the intimate relationship and it touches on a trauma in us, it makes it hard.
Mm-hmm.
And our natural state as a human being is to cover or secure self.
Mm-hmm.
It can make us want to run or hide or just get away from it or leave it alone. And sometimes, because we're working on whips in progress, getting to the state of now love is, because I told you, whatever's supposed to happen does.
Mm.
That all the time. How do I know? Because if something different was supposed to happen, it would have.
Ooh. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
So, if we can work toward the doc's example of being able to elevate into the place of now love is, to the point I'm dying to tell you about it, and I'm actually dying.
Mm. Right. This is not just a podcast. I'm actually dying, by the way. So before I leave, take this with you, right?
Take this with you.
Woo.
And he passed the baton, in that sense, to give us an opportunity to work on that part of us which hasn't developed to that place. So that when we get to these intimate relationships, maybe our first response is not to flee or fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've worked on now love is enough in me so that that's not my first response.
Nikki, I love you so much. Hey, how many of y'all, we got to do a Nikki appreciation clip where we just put together some of the best points that Nikki lays down on this show. Because I tell you, man, this is that MF and cornbread, right? This is that down home cooking right here. We love you, Nikki. Thank you so much for calling in. Guess what you just did?
How about the sip in? I love you back.
The sip is in the building. We appreciate it. Thank y'all for reaching out. But listen, my homeboy God Melanin is on the line. Houston, Texas. When we come forward, the national calls continue. Man, Nikki be killing. Jeez.
Fire. Beep, 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 beep.
Who is it? Yeah. Nikki, goodness gracious. God damn. And what's crazy is I was up late last night and I was kind of struggling in my head what I want to talk about, And my publisher,
Suge Mac, we love you, baby.
yeah, Suge Mac 510, thank you, babe. Hold on, that's the homie. Sorry, thank you, homie. I thought that was my bad, brother. Thank you. I took my glasses off. I'm
20,
sorry.
20 times. Give me
Let me put my damn glasses back on. Hold on. Mac Suge 510. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You donate 20 times, he'll call you babe on the air.
That's what it said. Let's celebrate their 20th super chat on live stream. He does super chat 20 times.
He always does.
And what I love about this brother right here, he not gonna super chat $100 or $50. He's consistent. He'll drop 5 here, 2 here, $1.99 here, and that's all I ask. I appreciate it, man. That's his 20th super chat. Damn, they got the animation up here. 20. Thank you, brother.
Big dog.
But what was I saying before I said that?
You was thinking about what you want to say.
Oh, I was thinking about what I wanted to write. But my publisher, she's an editor. She sent me a meme. And the meme said, and I said, I'm gonna make a whole topic out of this. There will be people who love the idea of you, but lack the maturity to handle the reality of you. She sent that to me and I was like, boom, there's the topic. I was like, there's the topic. Whatever happened to what you see is what you get. Ashe. Ashe. Live in 20 seconds, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's topic. It flew by. This 2 hours zipped by. I'm thankful and I'm grateful for our tribe, for our small tribe of people, man, that tune in every night, that really get value out of this. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is indeed a classic vibe. But Andy, what else do we have on tap musically? Let me see what we got. Whoop. Don't get Quincy Jones and George Benson involved. Come on. Sheesh. What? Okay, what else we got? Oh, put the stank where it ain't. Come on, you better take your time and do it right. Hey. Let's do it. All right, what's next? Boy, if you don't get Miss Ross, the boss, Miss Ross up in here. Let me get my final caller on the line. Our good brother, God Melanin, Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Peace, brother. How are you, man? Condolences, off top. I know your heart is heavy, brother, but, you persevere. I know you'll get there.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Speaking to the topic as best I can, because Mama Nikki killed it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Mama Nikki, boy. Woof.
Mama Nikki came with that fire. But if I stick to the original premise of the topic, and I think about forming ideas versus accepting and acknowledging the reality of the people that we come in relationships with. Speaking from my personal experience, and I may be naive to saying this, I'm 31, but I honestly haven't had too many experiences with people in intimate relationships where I had a false version of who I was actually looking at in front of me.
Good.
Because due to my action, and then it helps that I've been listening to you for almost 7 years, but I've always understood that, I had a lot that I had to work through from my personal upbringing, family situation, things like that. When I finally got to a healthy space of looking at myself for who I was, what I was, what I could be, understanding that that had to be a process of evolution which takes time, and accepting that it's not going to be easy. Sometimes I'm going to disappoint myself. Sometimes I'm going to let myself down. Sometimes I'm going to look in the mirror and be like, this ain't it. How can I not extend that same grace to another human being? Because at that moment, I'm accepting that I'm human. So I feel that if you move into relationships with that same understanding, if you get to that certain level of confidence within yourself, then you wouldn't have a problem acknowledging somebody else's humanity and understanding that they got the same things, if not more, to work on that you have to work on.
Out of the mouth of babes, man. We appreciate the insight. Thank you, brother. I love you for calling in. You brought Houston, Texas in the building. Listen, we don't have all the answers here, but we definitely know how to start the discussion. Tonight's topic was heavy, man. In relationships, we often create an idealized image of our partners, projecting our desires, hopes, and expectations onto them. However, when this image cracks and reality sets in, it can be challenging to navigate the complexities that arise. This particular show, we try to explore the importance of supporting personal growth and open communication, acceptance, trust, self-love, and forgiveness, and embracing the reality of our partners and fostering that strong connection that we all want. But let me tell you, that's the real work. And your relationship will be a mirror reflection of your inner work, not your insistence on your partner to change. You gotta change. And listen, if you speak to your partner in love, with compassion, with empathy, with understanding, and you say, hey, this is a process that I'm in. Do you see my results? If you want to, of course, on your own time, you could see how this might work for you. Or this might just be a process that worked for me. But look at the results. Sometimes we think once we get a kibble of understanding that we are somehow a professor of it. And now we want to go proselytizing to our partner. Listen, everybody you come in contact with is on their own path, right? Their job is not to fulfill every outcome you have in your heart. They're there to reflect the limits in the construct of your desire. What do I mean? Sometimes your desire is born out of fear, ego, pain, resentment, a lack of something. a lack of self acknowledgement, a lack of being seen and heard. I'm not here to do that for you. I'm here to reflect it back to you so you can see what you need to work on. We started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. The fire shall continue. My friend, your friend, our sister, your sister, Jill Monroe, RSVP with Jill Monroe. Up next, Voice of Reason. See you tomorrow. Deuces. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. Hey, can you hand this to... Well, no, I'll give it to you. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. Great show. Hot show. We're going to end the week strong. All right? Deuces.